Hello students, welcome to Biology Tutorial channel. Today we are going to talk about taxonomy of living things. This is grade 9 biology, unit 2. Good. Why do biologists classify living things? Did you ask this kind of questions? Why do biologists classify living things? And what's the difference between taxonomy and classification? Could you answer it? This question? Why a lion and leopard are in the same group, but a lion and a frog are not? Why lion and leopard are grouped together, but not lion and frogs are not grouped together? What's the reason? What's the criteria? Do you know that over 2.1 million species have been scientifically described? More are not described. It is estimated that over 8 million species are found in our world. Principle of classification. What are the principles? Organizing things make items easier to find. You can easily find if you organize things together. And organize things also important to make them easier to understand. You can easily understand if you organize things together or items together. So in order to find easily and in order to understand easily, it is very important to organize things. It is very important to organize living things. So classification is the act of grouping, organizing items into distinct categories. And grouping or organizing items or things into different categories known as classification. And classification of items is based on what? Similarity. So classification of items is based on shared characteristics. So when two things are similar, they group together, differ from other living things. So classification of items is based on their similarities. Classification of items is based on their shared characteristics. Yes, ስለዚህ አይተሞችን ኦርጋናይዝ የምናደርገው አንደኛ በቀላሉ እንድናገኛቸው ነው። ሁለተኛ በቀላሉ እንድንረዳ ነው። ስለዛ ነገር በቀላሉ እንረዳለን አንድ ጋር ኦርጋናይዝድ ከሆኑ። ከተበታተነ ግን ድብልቅልቁ ከወጣ it is mess። በቀላሉ ምን ልናገኛቸው አንችልም፣ በቀላሉ እንረዳቸው አንችልም። ስለዚህ ክላሲፊኬሽን ማለት ምንድነው? ክላሲፊኬሽን ማለት ኦርጋኒዝሞችን ማደራጀት ማለት ነው። The act of grouping and organizing items into distinct categories ነው ማለት classification. Classification of items በምን መልኩ ነው የሚሰራው? based on what? Similarity. አንድ አይነት የሆኑትን በአንድ ቦታ እናስቀምጣቸዋለን። ምክንያቱም አንድ አይነት ባህሪ፣ አንድ አይነት structure፣ አንድ አይነት morphology፣ አንድ አይነት anatomy ሊኖራቸው ይገባል። So classification is based on what? Similarity. ስለዚህ classification የሚሰራው በምንድነው? በአንድነት በሚመሳሰሉት መልኩ ነው ክላሲፋይድ የምናደርገው። ለምሳሌ ቤታችሁ ግቡ፣ ሸልፍ አለ አይደል? ሸልፉን የምታስቀምጡት ሳህኖችን ለብቻ፣ ሹካዎችን ለብቻ፣ ብርጭቆዎችን ለብቻ፣ የሻይ ብርጭቆዎችን ለብቻ፣ የውሃ ብርጭቆዎችን ለብቻ አይደል? ከዛ በቀላሉ ታገኙታላችሁ። ክላሲፊኬሽንም እንደዛው ነው። የሚመሳሰሉት ነገሮች በአንድ ማደራጀት that's known as classification ይባላል። Good. What's taxonomy? Taxonomy is the science of naming, identifying and classifying organisms. This naming, identifying and classifying organisms is known as what? Taxonomy. Taxonomy is what? A branch of biology. It is a science. This science or a branch of biology that is naming, identifying or classifying organisms is known as taxonomy. Scientists who study taxonomy are called what? Taxonomists. Yes, the scientists or biologists who study taxonomy. Taxonomists. What about nomenclature? Nomenclature means name of organism or naming of organism is known as nomenclature, or assigning name for the classified groups is known as what? Nomenclature. ስለዚህ ታክሶኖሚ ምንድነው? ሳይንስ ነው። ስም የመስጠት፣ የማደራጀት፣ ክላሲፋይ የማድረግ that's known as taxonomy. የባዮሎጂ ዘርፍ ነው። የባዮሎጂ ዘርፍ ሳይንስ ጥበቡ ምን መጣ ታውቃ ታክሶኖሚ ይባላል። ታክሶኖሚ የሚያደራጅ ሰዎች የሚባለው ታክሶኖሚስት። ኖሜንክሌቸር ማለት ነው ስም መስጠት ማለት ነው። ስም መስጠት yes ለእያንዳንዱ ህይወት ላለው ነገር ሳይንቲፊክ ኔም መስጠት that's known as nomenclature, naming of organisms or assigning name that's known as nomenclature. Good. What is the relevance of classification? ለምንድነው ክላሲፋይ የምናደርገው ኦርጋኒዝሞች ጥቅሙ ምንድነው? One, to organize the incredible variety of species. There are variety of species in our world. As we discussed in the previous slide, 2.1 million species are identified nowadays. This variety of species should be organized based on their similarity. This organization of variety of species is one of the relevance of classification. Good. Two, to understand the relationship between different organisms. In order to understand the relationship between different organisms, classification is relevance. Classification is very important. Classification is relevance. So in order to understand the relationship between different organisms, classification is important. Classification is important to organize the species in a systematic way of study. In order to study systematically, it is very important to organize species. So to organize the species in a systematic way for study is one of the relevance of classification. Classification also simplifies study. If organisms are classified based on their similarity, it is what? It's simple to study. To avoid confusion of common name among scientists, there are different organisms who have different names, yes, in different parts of the world, in different language. So in order to avoid confusion of common name among scientists, classification is very important. And this classification is important to avoid such kind of confusion, which have different names in different language. To learn how they are related to one another through evolutionary history, in order to learn the evolutionary history of living organisms, it is very important to classify organisms. So classification is relevant to learn how they are related to one another through evolutionary history. In order to study evolutionary history, it is very relevant, it is very important, it's very crucial to study or to classify organisms based on their similarities. Good. ስለዚህ ክላሲፊኬሽን ጥቅሙ ምንድን ነው? በዓለማችን ላይ በጣም ብዙ ሚሊዮን የሚቆጠሩ አሉ። ለምሳሌ ከ2.1 ሚሊዮን የሆኑ ስፒሺዎች በአሁኑ ሰዓት አይደንቲፋይድ ሆነዋል። እነሱን ማደራጀት አስፈላጊ ነው። and እያንዳንዱ ኦርጋኒዝምስ ያለው ሪሌሽንሺፕ ዝምድና ምን ይመስላል? እነሱን ለማጥናት ክላሲፋይ ማድረግ በየምድባቸው ማስቀመጥ በጣም አስፈላጊ ነው። to organize the species in systematic ways, to simplify study ጥናትን ለማቃለል. Taxonomy is a powerful scientific tool that supports many practical fields. Yes, what's the application of taxonomy for different practical fields? So taxonomy is a powerful scientific tool that supports many practical fields in agriculture, in medicine. It is very important. For example, in agriculture, taxonomy helps to crop management. For crop management, taxonomy is very important. Without taxonomy, we can't properly manage crops. And taxonomy is also important for breeding between related species. There are related species. Using taxonomy, the related species are identified. So in order to, for breeding program between these related species, taxonomy is very important. Taxonomy is also very important in order to identify pests, in order to identify different pests. Classification, taxonomy is very helpful or very important. And in agriculture, taxonomy is also important to identify beneficial species. If one species is identified, the related species are most probably also beneficial. So in order to identify beneficial species, taxonomy is very important in agriculture. Good. In forestry, taxonomy is very important for conservation of tree species. Conservation of tree species. There are different types of tree species that may be endangered. In order to conserve that tree species, taxonomy is very crucial or very important. And taxonomy is also very important in forestry for sustainable management. For sustainable management and for the conservation of tree species, taxonomy is a practical field in the science of forestry. In medicine, taxonomy is very important. It aids in identifying disease-causing pathogens. Different disease-causing pathogens can be easily identified if there is taxonomy. So taxonomy is very important. It helps or it aids in identifying disease-causing pathogens. And in medicine, this taxonomy is also important in order to discover new drugs from plants, from animals. And taxonomy is also important for classifying treatments. So taxonomy is a practical field which is important for different fields of science. In medicine, taxonomy is important for identifying disease-causing pathogens. It is important to discover new drugs from plants, for example, shufara or moringa. And taxonomy is also important in order to identify new drugs from animals. In addition, Taxonomy in medicine is important for classifying different treatments. Good. ስለዚህ ታክሶኖሚ ለአግሪካልቸር በጣም ጠቃሚ ነው፣ ለደን ልማት በጣም ጠቃሚ ነው፣ ለሕክምና በጣም ጠቃሚ ነው። ምክንያቱም እያንዳንዱ ስፒሽስ በጎራቸው ክላሲፋይ ከሆኑ በቀላሉ እነዚህን ስራዎች መስራት እንችላለን። Good. The principle of classification includes 1. Organisms are grouped according to shared characteristics. Organisms are grouped according to what? Similarity. Look, mammals. This one is the tiger, bat, this is deer, this is mammalian species. Birds look different bird species. Reptiles group together. Amphibians group together. Fish group together. So the principle of classification should follow shared characteristics, should follow similarity among species, among organisms, and these organisms separated from other groups. For example, mammals distinguished from birds, birds distinguished from reptiles, reptiles distinguished from amphibians, amphibians distinguished from fish. So shared characteristics or similarity is one of the criteria to classify or to group living organisms. Good. Another one, biological classification is hierarchical. It is hierarchical from the broadest to what? To the specific, very specific. This is a broad kingdom, then phylum, then class, order, family, genes, and species. So biological classifications are what? Hierarchical. From broad subject to what? To a specific subject. Yes, biological classification is hierarchical. ከሰፊ ወደ ጠባብ ካታጎሪ ለምሳሌ ኪንግደም በጣም ሰፊ ነው፣ ብዙ ነገሮችን የያዘ ነው። ብዙ ለምሳሌ የአኒማል ዝርያዎችን በሙሉ ሊይዝ ይችላል፣ የፕላንት ዝርያዎችን በሙሉ ይዘራል። ከዛ ፋይለም እየጠበበ ይመጣል ማለት። ስለዚህ biological classification what? Hierarchical. The third one is specificity. An item should be placed in the most precise category available. This ensures that users can pinpoint the exact information. So classification should be specific. Classification should be to the point. Look, this one is leopard, this one is cat, domestic cat, and they group together. This one is domestic dog, this one is Ethiopian wolf. They group together because they are similar. So classification is specific. Each species should be classified into a specific category, into a specific group. Look, these two are highly specific as compared to this Ethiopian wolf and domestic dog. So classification of living organisms is specific, to the point. Good. Classification systems aims for universality. Classification is what? Universal. Classification systems aim for universality and consistency around the world. Yes, this makes the species easier for user to navigate. For example, Ethiopian wolf. This Canis seminesis is the scientific name of Ethiopian wolf. This is a universal name and it is consistent throughout the world. So classification systems is for what? Universality. There are different languages. Amharic language, Afan Oromo, Sidamonya, Walaitenya, and Spain, France, and many others. But classification systems aim for what? Universality and consistency around the world. This is very important in order to use that specific species more easier. For example, Ethiopian wolf scientific name is Canis seminesis. This is universal name throughout the world. Good. ዓለም አቀፍ ስም እንዲኖራቸው ኢትዮጵያን wolf ለምሳሌ ዓለም አቀፍ ስሟ Canis seminesis ነው። የተለያየ ቋንቋ አለ፣ በተለያየ ቋንቋ የተለያየ ስም ሊኖራት ይችላል። ነገር ግን ክላሲፊኬሽን ዓላማው ምንድነው? አንድ ስፒሺስ ዓለም አቀፍ ስም እንዲኖረው የዓለም ሳይንቲስቶች እንዲግባቡበት ማድረግ ነው። Good. Every organism is given two-part scientific name. Yes, every organisms give a two-part scientific name. For example, Pteropithecus gelada is a scientific name of gelada. Yes, the first one is the genus name, the second one is the species name. So every organism is given two-part scientific name. So this is one of the way of classification of living organisms, to give a two-part scientific name for each species that are found around the world. And this naming two-part scientific name follows binomial nomenclature system. So two name, binomial means two. It consists of the genus name and the species name. Pteropithecus is the genus name, gelada is the species name. So this two-part scientific name follows binomial nomenclature system. So the scientific name of gelada is Pteropithecus gelada. It is a binomial name that consists of genus name and species name. Good. Taxonomists classify organisms into different categories based on different assumptions. What are the assumptions? What are the features that taxonomists classify living organisms? One, cellular structure. There are two types of organisms, prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. So cellular structure is one of the assumptions or one of the criteria or one of the features that taxonomists use to categorize living organisms. Another one, number of cells. There are two types of organisms, unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So taxonomists use number of cells as an assumption or as a feature in order to categorize living organisms. So number of cells is another criteria, another feature, or another assumption that taxonomists use in order to categorize living organisms. Mode of nutrition. There are two types of mode of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic. These are the main type of mode of nutrition. So taxonomists use mode of nutrition as a criteria, as an assumption, as a feature in order to categorize the species. Reproduction, whether the species reproduce sexually or asexually. So reproduction is another assumption or another feature that is used by taxonomists in order to categorize different living organisms. Good. Evolutionary relationship. To reveal evolutionary relationship among organisms, taxonomists with different types of attributes or different types of characteristics. Yes, evolutionary relationship among living organisms. Morphological character. Yes, this is one of the character or the feature that scientists follow in order to reveal evolutionary relationship among organisms. Morphology, the structural form of organisms, anatomy, the internal form, developmental stages, embryological development. This serves as criteria or attributes that are used by taxonomists in order to reveal evolutionary relationship among organisms. Physiological character, metabolic process. There are different types of metabolic process in the body of living organisms. This physiological character is also another character or another attribute that taxonomists use in order to reveal revolutionary relationship among living organisms. Molecular or DNA data, also another character, another attribute that taxonomists use in order to reveal evolutionary relationship among living organisms. The sequence of DNA, the sequence of RNA, they are used as a criteria, used by scientists, used by taxonomists in order to reveal that organisms, whether they are related or unrelated in their evolutionary history. Behavioral character, nesting character, the courtship behavior, nesting behavior, migration behavior. These behaviors also used by taxonomists in order to reveal evolutionary relationship among living organisms. Ecological character, the habitat preference, the food preference, nesting preference. These ecological criteria also used by scientists in order to reveal evolutionary relationship among living organisms. ስለዚህ ሳይንቲስቶች ወይም ታክሶኖሚስቶች የተለያየ ክራይቴሪያ ይጠቀማሉ። Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe this video for more biological tutorials. Share, like እና subscribe አድርጉት። እናመሰግናለን።